You're welcome back to my YouTube channel on real life issues. As you can see, I'm casual today. So whenever I'm casual, it has to be about real life issues. And like I said, if you have any story worth telling, so that people will learn from it, you know, story that will inspire people, encourage people, you know, and let people will learn something positive from it. Please just share. Send me a DM on that number or with my email, so that I can share the story here and people will learn. I don't have to show your identity if you do not want it. Your identity will only be shown if you really want your identity to be shown. In that case, and if you're around, I might have to invite you to come and tell the story yourself. But if you don't want your identity to be known, your identity will not be known. I can even use a fake name. All the important thing is that let people learn from the story. And so we still continue. Last video it talked about how Sonia overcame her depression, and the story continues today. And today will be the conclusion of the story of how Sonia overcame her depression. It's a real blockbuster. Something you need to know, you know, something you need to know, that no matter the situation you are in this world, there is always a solution. There is always a solution. Don't ever think you don't have a solution. There is always a solution. You know, don't ever listen to the devil to take your life. God is there. Trust God, and you find out that everything will just be moving smoothly for you. You will hear Sonia's remaining part of the story. Trust me, you will enjoy this story. Before then, have you subscribed? Please look at that red button there. I know you're viewing, and I'm grateful to you for viewing, but please, I'll be more grateful if you subscribe. Press that red button there, hit the notification bell beside it, so that anytime I post new video, you'll be among the first that will get it. So before we continue with Sonia's stories, let us watch this. Hi. Are you looking for a way to publish your manuscript? Or you want to learn how to self-publish on Amazon? Search no more. You can join my class, almost free class, in order to achieve this your dreams. Just press this number on top, send me a DM, and let's get started immediately. Your plug is there. See you. Welcome back. So like I said, we continue with Sonia's story today. In the last video, I talked about what she underwent, you know, the excruciating experience she underwent, her desperation, until she discovered these loan apps on social media. Now, if you have ever seen the advertisement of these loan apps, you will feel that, how they normally advertise, they put it out, makes it to look like a blessing in disguise, especially for people that are desperate. You know, it's when you now start engaging with them, patronizing them, that you now find out that you have made one of the huge mistakes of your life. So this thing, Sonia's story, is going to open our eyes to so many things, so that we don't fall into the kind of we don't make the kind of mistake that she made. And so, in the height of it, when hobby started behaving somehow, you know, and of children of course were demanding. Now they had to demand from their mother. You are their mother, you know. If they can't get from daddy, they must get from mother. So, and it happened to be that she had become penniless. You know, husband was not responding again. He was only doing what he was supposed to do as the husband, of the whole head of the home, providing for the paying the school fees of the children, providing food, and just the basic necessities. Any other things apart from that, he will not listen to you, because he will tell you that he's still paying that loan that you people collected, forgetting that he was the one that told you not to pay back the remaining money, that he would finish it up. That he will be doing the job, the payment, that he will be paying it. You know, now it has become a problem. That's why we are human beings. We have to use our sense most times. You know, things don't always look as they seem. You know, it's not what you said today. Tomorrow, and the situation might make you change your mind. So you have to be very, very wise in whatever we are doing. So someone that was always used to having money suddenly was not having any money again. So she now engaged these loan apps. At first, it seemed like a blessing in disguise, because she started having money, notwithstanding their outstanding interest. Some 50% interest, 100% interest rate. How was she paying? When it's time for payment, they will start advertising another loan app for her, and you know, she will now borrow from that loan app to pay back the one that she has borrowed. You know, in that accumulating more interest for that, and it became a revolving thing. She would borrow from this loan app to pay this loan. And she didn't have any money in her bank, you know. And instead of going to beg people, she now decided to be collecting from these people. And at first, she was having money, you know, because after paying, she would borrow more than after paying this loan app, she would collect again from them. And then she use it when children demand for something. She will use it to settle them. At a time, she continued like this, but of course she was not happy, because this is debt she was incurring. She was always in debt. You know, there was always a loan app to be paid. So it wasn't a good life for her. So even though she was, of course, meeting up with the children's needs, she was not happy. You know, and so this continued for some time, until she found out that she could not even have any money again on her. It has reached the stage of taking from this loan app to pay another loan. And according to her, when it's almost time for repayment, sorry, so I'm sorry. These people, when it's almost time for repayment, let's say 2 to 3 days time before the repayment, they start bombarding her with calls, text messages, and threats, which will now make her desperate to be able to get money to pay them. You know, so these were the things she was undergoing in his hand. She found out she could not come out, because by then she was owing so many. When one day she said, let her sit down and count, list out the number of apps she was engaged in, and then she found out she found out they were up to 30 apps, 30 different loan apps, within the space of how many months? You know, she in fact, I think 3 to 4 months, 30. She looked at herself and said, what a life. By then, depression had started creeping in slowly, from when she lost her job and then what she was undergoing, and then by then the thing was much. The depression had really become high. So she said she will stop borrowing again and pay back all those she had already borrowed from, those she was owing. But the problem now became, where will she get the money from to go back and start begging people? The threats started. The phone calls started. The text messages started. The WhatsApp chat started. In fact, she had no rest of mind. As they were threatening her, calling her, she was receiving the text they were sending to other people, sending her as a criminal, who was owing them, and who absconded with company's money. This one, they can even lie. That's another terrible thing about them. Whether they are devils from the pit of hell, one cannot tell. She borrowed so and so amount from them, and she could not pay. What they now started saying is that they now captured her picture and then started spreading the picture to her contacts, those are her WhatsApp contacts, that this person is a criminal, should be avoided because she has absconded with the company's money. Can you imagine? Yeah, these people are cruel and wicked. That is spoiling someone's name, defaming someone's character. So this lady, people started calling her. Her boss, ex-boss, was the very first person to call her to ask her what was happening and look at what he received. And she, after explaining to him, he sent her some money to use and pay back some. She paid back. Other people, even friends she had forgotten about, contacts she had forgotten about, people were calling her up and down. Then is it her husband that they were bombarding with calls and messages and everything? She wanted to die because, according to her, people will now start seeing her as a criminal, and people will now start saying no wonder they sacked her from the bank, which of course was not the reason why they sacked her from the bank. So she was sad. She entered serious depression and finally she decided that she could not take this anymore, that she couldn't take this embarrassment. She had no rest of mind. She could not eat, she could not sleep, she could not without being called. Calls were coming from different known apps. She had they did not even give any breathing space. From morning, they will be calling her to pay them back their money, and she will call to her, she will promise them that she will pay. And the insults that followed, she went through a lot. And then, when the thought of suicide started became paramount in her head. You know how the devil is, a cunning idiot. He now started leering into her head, telling her that suicide is the best option. Let her just take her life and be off with it, off with troubles of this world. Let her just take her life. And look at how people will be seeing her. And she actually listened to this devil, and she gave it a thought and started planning on how it will happen. And then she looked at her children. The oldest is 8 years old, or rather was 8 years as of the time this was happening. The oldest was 8 years old, and the youngest was still breastfeeding. She now said, if I leave these children now, who will love them like I love them? These are my kids. Who will love them like me? Who will breastfeed this little child that I'm breastfeeding now? If she leaves the world now out of her own selfishness, and the husband marries another person, won't that person start maltreating these kids? Because of the love for these children, she decided to withstand it and put her whole trust in God. She picked up her Bible, and she was never really a prayerful person before. She picked up her Bible and started seeking succor from verses in the Bible connected with her situation. Her Bible became her constant companion, and she attended Pentecostal churches. So her Bible became her constant companion. Every time she will feel down, she will read a portion of the Bible and she will feel better. And at first, things didn't change immediately, but she was steadfast. You know how it is when you decide to do something, when you decide that you don't want to listen to the devil, that you want to do the right thing. That's when the devil even do worse to make you feel that you're making a wrong decision. That is what happened to her. But she did not give up. She was steadfast because of those kids. She would look at those kids and she would say, no, I cannot leave this my children of my own accord. I can't. And so she continued, and gradually, before she even knew it, things started turning around for her. Somehow those friends of hers, those people that were receiving those messages, somehow they started sending money. People started sending money to her to, pay off her the debts. What was meant to disgrace her now became a blessing to her. You see how God works. Somehow she started getting money, receiving money from people. People would talk on her, tell her to send down her account details. She would send, and they would send credit her. And just like that, she started paying off those loan apps. Her husband, who now realized that it was because of his situation, what he did, how his treatment, his actions, that's what drove her into that situation. The guy started coming around, started changing again and becoming understanding, supportive, loving, and just like that, things started turning around again for her, and she never gave up on God. She, when you trust God completely, without any holds barred, you see what God will be doing in your life. I myself am a living witness of that. So just like I told you, I'll tell my own story one day. So, and it continued. One day, a number called her, an unknown number, and the person said he got her contact from an anonymous, someone who didn't want his name known. That they need a financial consultant for their financial institution, which had just opened. And would she consider coming up to their company too? At first, she thought it was a scam. Her husband went with her to be sure, and just like that, she landed the job. And gradually, as of the time she sent me this she said she's now a financial consultant to up to 5 different financial institutions. And things are getting better, though they are not yet as they were when she was working in the bank, but they have improved a lot from how it was when she became depressed, and then as she's happy now, everyone is happy, and gradually things are picking up. In fact, I am happy. I'm so happy for Sophia for emerging the winner in this situation. She emerged the winner in this situation. Why? Yeah, because she put her whole trust in God and said, damned the devil who wanted to, that is to destroy her. Because think of it, when you commit, when you did not give yourself your life, and then you come and take your life, where do you think you're going to? God will not be happy with you now, because it's not yet his time to take you, and then you went and took yourself. Do you think he will take you into heaven? No, now you will not take you to heaven. That thing, that being that told you to take your life is the one that will come and take you. So that is how she emerged, and things are much better for her now. So that is Sophia's story on how I overcame my depression, how she overcame her depression. Are you willing to tell your own story? Please do so. I learned from Sophia's story, and I'm sure many of you viewing will also learn from her story. Never allow anything, any situation of this world to make you do what you end up regretting later. Just, no matter the situation you find yourself in, trust God. God will never fail you. He's always there. He brought you into this world. He knew that you're going to find that situation that you found yourself in. He already knows you're going to enter that situation. And he already knows what you do to bring out of that situation. He only needs you to call on him, and he will take charge. And for us Catholics, Mother Mary, of course, is always there to be our comforter, to give us grace. So, that is Sophia's story. I hope you've learned from it. I have learned. Till we meet next time for next video, do have a great day. Do have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe, hit notification bell, and voila, new videos will be springing up on your channel, on your phone, sorry. Bye.